The Mississippi River churned under a blood-red sunset, its waters hiding secrets older than the nation itself. Amelia Harper, drenched and shivering, clung to the edge of a skiff, her eyes locked on a glinting object half buried in the riverbank's mud. It was a bronze locket, etched with a forgotten crest. As she reached for it, an arrow hissed past her ear, embedding itself in the boat's hull. Her pursuers were closing in, and the locket was no mere trinket. It was the key to a conspiracy that could rewrite America's future. In the turbulent years of the 1830s, the Mississippi Valley was a battleground of ambition and betrayal. The Harper family, led by the cunning patriarch Daniel Harper, controlled a vast trading empire from their fortified mansion in New Orleans. Their wealth came from river commerce, but their power stemmed from a shadowy alliance known as the River Pact, a secret society that manipulated trade routes and political tides. Amelia, Daniel's adopted daughter, was a skilled navigator and strategist, raised to protect the family's legacy. But her loyalty was tested by whispers of a hidden truth about her origins. Amelia's rival was Lucas Harper, Daniel's biological son, a charming but volatile man whose vision for the family was absolute control over the Mississippi-AS trade. Lucas saw Amelia as a threat, not a sister, and their rivalry had grown bitter over years of competing for Daniel's approval. The turning point came during a grand summit in New Orleans, where river barons and politicians gathered to negotiate a new trade compact. Amelia overheard a cryptic exchange between Daniel and a mysterious figure, Eliza Monroe, a reclusive historian with ties to the Pact. They spoke of a lost relic, the crescent locket, said to hold the names of the Pact's true founders, a list that could expose its members and topple their influence. That night, Amelia stole into Daniel's study, finding a coded map hinting at the locket's location along the river. But Lucas caught her, accusing her of treason. A scuffle ensued, and Daniel, frail from illness, collapsed, clutching a letter that named Amelia as the child of a disgraced Pact founder, exiled for opposing Daniel's rise. Branded a traitor, Amelia fled into the night, the map her only guide, with Lucas's hired trackers on her trail. The chase along the Mississippi was relentless. Amelia, adept at navigating its currents, used her knowledge to outmaneuver her pursuers, dodging steamboat patrols and alligator-infested marshes. In a riverside town, she crossed paths with Jonah Reed, a rugged abolitionist and former river pilot who ran a hidden network aiding escaped slaves. Jonah, wary of Amelia's ties to the Harpers, agreed to help her decode the map after she saved him from an ambush. Their partnership was tense, but grew into mutual respect as they shared stories of defiance against the powerful. Meanwhile, Lucas tightened his grip on New Orleans, rallying the river barons with promises of wealth while secretly hunting Amelia. Eliza, playing both sides, fed Lucas false leads while pursuing her own agenda, to destroy the locket and bury the Pact's secrets forever. She believed its exposure would spark chaos, threatening the fragile balance of power in the valley. Lucas, however, saw the locket as his ticket to undisputed rule, unaware of Eliza's manipulations. Amelia and Jonah's journey took them through treacherous waters and hidden coves, deciphering the map's riddles under starlight. Their bond deepened as Jonah revealed his own loss, his family torn apart by the Harpers' trade wars. In a daring raid on a Pact outpost, they uncovered the locket's hiding place, a sunken steamboat wreck deep in the river's bend. Diving into the murky depths, Amelia retrieved the locket, but the victory was short-lived. Eliza's mercenaries ambushed them, revealing her plan to burn the locket and its secrets. The confrontation on the riverbank was explosive. Eliza, wielding her knowledge of the Pact's history, tried to sway Amelia, claiming the locket's truth would ignite a war among the barons. Amelia, wrestling with her identity, argued the truth could free the valley from the Pact's shadow. Jonah's quick thinking disarmed Eliza's men, but Lucas's arrival turned the standoff deadly. In a heart-pounding duel atop the wreck, Amelia faced Lucas, their years of rivalry culminating in a clash of steel and will. Amelia's agility and resolve outmatched Lucas's fury. She disarmed him, sparing his life, but exposing his betrayal to the gathered barons. With the locket in hand, Amelia unlocked its contents. A list of names proving the Pact's founders were not nobles, but rebels who fought for fairness before being corrupted. She shared the truth with the summit, dismantling the Pact's hold and rallying the barons to reform the river trade. Lucas, humiliated, fled into the wilderness, while Eliza vanished, her warnings of chaos unheeded. Amelia, now embraced as a leader, vowed to honor her true heritage by building a trade network that empowered the marginalized. Months later, New Orleans buzzed with change. Amelia and Jonah transformed the Harper Mansion into a hub for education and aid, guiding escaped slaves and workers toward freedom. The Mississippi, once a river of secrets, flowed with hope. Amelia stood on its banks, locket in hand, knowing the true pact was not one of power but of purpose, to forge a future where no one was left behind.